Risk is a word that's used throughout the industry. It's often discussed who carries the greatest risk. Is it a trainer who buys a horse and has to go and syndicate it?
But, you know, the most important thing is having an owner going forward, and quite often in my case I end up being the owner.
Last chance, done. 480,000.
Is it the bloodstock agent who buys a horse for his client and then is at the risk that the horse doesn't perform?
Throw enough darts at the board and one day you'll get one in the middle.
Probably the greatest risk is for breeders because they have a 2-year gap by the time they make their investment in the service fee. They then have to raise the foal. There are a whole lot of things that can go wrong.
It's really hard. You can breed a racehorse that is worthless and you can breed a racehorse that is worth $1 million. It's a lotto ticket, but sometimes you get it right and then you've won the lotto.
The Chittick family, our family, have been breeding thoroughbreds for 50-odd years, started by my father, Gary. We breed about 220 of our own mares, which would be one of the big operations here in New Zealand.
First one, 493.
And we're a couple of weeks away from sale day, so we're just putting our fine-tuning polish on them now. During the yearling prep, I'm looking at their legs, and that filly there to me right now, nice and correct. She's just got a nice cover. She's presented really, really well. And DC's hanging around like that, having a good look at them and giving them a pat. You know, you're half a chance of having them there on sale day supporting you.
Waikato stud, their model is quite different to the majority of breeders in this part of the world. So whereas the majority of breeders will go and buy broodmares at the end of their racing careers, if you want to buy a Group 1 winner, you better be ready to fork out $1 million or $2 million to buy the best race fillies off the track each year. Where the Waikato stud is different is that they are trying to create their own black type mares, keeping maybe 15 or 20 of their best fillies, sending mares to the best trainers in Australia and New Zealand and telling their trainers to go and target black type racing.
Bonnie Vale, she was New Zealand Horse of the Year twice. She won the AJC Oaks, the New Zealand Oaks. We don't sell the fillies out of mares like this. We retain them because they're like gold. They just grow in value and you keep them. Every year we try and buy, a new foundation mare to create a breed for the stud. If you get a mare like that, and you're lucky enough to get fillies, but we'll be breeding out of that family probably for 25 years.
Yes, we keep a few fillies a year, but when we sell a horse and it goes on and it's successful, that's why we hope we've got the family and plenty of the family, and we enjoy everybody else's success as much as our own, and you sell them a good horse, they'll come back and buy another one. Going into day 2 today here at Karaka. Big day yesterday, 28 horses through, another 23 up today, it's a hell of a challenge.
Big day. Individual inspections range from 100 views, tick over, up to, the real good colts will go, and fillies, over 200 views.
This is what runs it all, and there's all the horses there and all the figures on how many parades we've had, how many times we've been bedded. And look at that, 9,639 individual parades in a week. So it's a very, very unique industry. It's a totally unregulated market. No one's telling us what they're worth per kilo or whatever. It's just what we're happy to sell them for and what someone's happy to buy them for. We actually don't know what the value of them is as yearlings. They're unbroken, they're unnamed, they're untried. Find anything wrong with them or not? It's obviously a pressure week because it is the main income for our business. And as I say to all my team, it's taken us 2 years to get here, and it boils down to 4 minutes. Highlight, looking forward to lot 409, the Savabeel colt out of Simply You. Simply You. I've got to say, I just saw him out that outside ring there, and I thought, I hope this horse makes good money for everyone, because they put so much work into that horse. And then go back a step, the mare. We put the mare down 2 weeks ago, and everybody has put so much work into that whole outfit. Here's a nice horse. Stunning. All right, see what we can do.
It is a very expensive game. Most mares have a conception rate of around about 80%.
200, and I don't know what'll happen.
When you get your mare in foal, you've then got the worrying time of 11 months waiting for the mare to foal down. The next risk for a breeder is then to have that foal with good conformation.
400 took it here, though. 425. 75.
On the phone. On the phone.
After that, you're raising the foal, and of course, young horses being young horses, they're running around. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They might hit a fence, they might trip over something.
I took it here. 600.
And of course, they don't get their service fee back that they've paid to the stud. They don't get their vet fees back. So anytime anyone in the industry sees a breeder get a good result, get $1 million yearling or a $100,000 yearling, you've got to remember that there's probably plenty of foals back at that breeder's farm that haven't made it to the sales ring.
Boomer. 620,000.
Where's AJ? We need to find AJ. Where's old AJ? Thank you, brother. We lost it 2 weeks ago. This man has put his heart and soul into that mare and that horse.
They get to know you, you get to know them. It's just pretty special.
That's what this whole game's about, is people that put their heart and soul into the love of the horse. And as I say, if it wasn't for AJ looking after Simply You the way he has for the last 3 or 4 years, we wouldn't get results like we have today. Here's for Simply.
Simply.